Colonizing Mars has captured humanity's imagination in recent years. Movies such as The Martian and Interstellar popularized the idea of space exploration, and activists like Elon Musk make it a distinct possibility in the near future. However, getting to Mars is just the beginning. If we want to be able to live on the red planet for any extended period of time, we need to establish ways of providing for our basic needs: food, water, shelter, and oxygen. A promising way to provide for both the food and oxygen demands of a colony is the biodome. However, we have yet to establish one which is fully self-sufficient, and doing so will require major cooperation between different areas of science and engineering.
According to doctors, the basic need for humans are 5: oxygen, water, food, shelter and sleep. Therefore, doctors will have to coordinate with biologists and botanists to see how to provide food on Mars. According to research biologists, these 10 crops can be planted on Mars: tomato, rye, radish, pea, leek, spinach, garden rocket, cress, canola, and chives. Martian soil is devoid of the nutrients found in Earth's soil, and it is also fine, meaning water would likely seep through it much more quickly than it would on Earth. Using human poop or other fertilizers could provide a quick boost of nutrients, such as nitrogen. Earthly soil gets its nitrogen from the atmosphere, so we could transfer nitrogen to Mars through Earth bacteria. When the biologists showed the available crops to dietitians, they said these could be enough for the consumption of vitamin A, vitamin C, potassium, vitamin B6, calcium, iron, magnesium.
The chemical engineer must communicate with the botanist to determine what conditions each plant will require. The first condition is soil pH. Although each plant was chosen because it can grow in Mars-like soil, it is best to optimize their growth. The plants all have slightly different optimal pHs, but all roughly are in the range of 6 to 7. Mars' soil is alkaline with a pH of 8 to 9, so it's important to lower this pH. Mixing small amounts of sulfur into the soil would be the best long-term solution. All of these plants have evolved to survive in Earth's atmosphere. This data must be conveyed to the designers of the building. Mars' average temperature is much lower than Earth's due to its thin atmosphere, and also it varies greatly from day to night. This means the biodome must have a central heating system and be well insulated. Finally, the light intensity of Mars is much less than Earth's. This means supplemental light must be stored and shone on the plants to help them grow.
Role of the mechanical and civil engineers. For the interior structure, valuable output from the chemical engineers will be needed as requirements, and it will be the job of the mechanical engineers to rectify those problems mentioned before. Issues such as light intensity, temperature control could be resolved using solar panels to provide energy to power LEDs, which would supply artificial light to counter the weak light intensity on Mars. And as for the issue of temperature control, large amounts of water can be stored as water bodies to keep the temperature consistent. Central heating systems could be implemented within the biodome to moderate the temperature.
As you know, each and every project needs funding, especially a project of this scale. There could be many ways to get money: bank loans, sponsors, crowdfunding, or angel investors. Budget-wise, we should take into consideration many factors: the first unmanned Mars lander mission, communication satellite, the first rover mission, the remaining supplies to be sent, sending the first crew to Mars, operations, including astronaut selection and training, ground stations and other costs, and follow-up human missions. An example for this would be Mars One's mission. Its budget is about $6 billion, and it is dividing as the following.
In the engineering-intensive project of producing a biodome suitable for life on Mars, we can see that many different fields of study in and beyond engineering need to communicate in order for the project to succeed.